Okay, so I think you had a question about how to do the cumulative frequency and the relative cumulative frequency. So I wanted to do a video just to review this with you. So it looks like the first part has already been done, which is great. Now, for part B, it says construct a relative frequency distribution. So the first thing that I recommend you doing is just getting a total frequency. And sometimes they'll tell you the number of data points, but here, if you total this up, that would be 30 total values. So to get the relative frequency, you take the frequency for that particular class, which is 6. And what I'll do is, just to show you my work for the first one. And this is something that you could probably put down in your notes to help you. So if you want to do the, I meant to put relative. You're going to take the frequency for that particular class and you're going to divide it by the total frequency. So I believe for our first class, our frequency was 6. So we would do 6 divided by 30 for our first class. So 6 divided by 30, and they want you to round to the nearest thousandths. Of course, that one you don't have to because it comes out as 0.2 or 0.20 for the first one. And then for the second one, it's 11, then 4, then 7, and then 2. So let's just go ahead and do each one. So 11 out of 30. Then we're going to do 4 out of 30, 7 out of 30, and then we're going to do 2 out of 30. So we're going to put that into our calculator, round to the thousandths. So here, the thousandths place is the third decimal, so look behind it. The number behind it is 5 or greater, so we're going to round our number in the third decimal place to a 7. Alright, for the next one, we're going to do 4 out of 30. So that would be 0.133, and it's going to stay a 3. It's not going to round up. Then we're going to do 7 out of 30, and that is 0.233. And then 2 out of 30 is 0.067. So let's go ahead and enter that, 0.367. I believe the next one was 0.133. And let's see what we have after that. No, 0.133, 0.233, and then 0.067. Okay, now for cumulative relative frequency, all you do is keep adding. So for the first class, it's still going to be 0.2, but for the next class, it's going to be 0.2 plus 0.367. And then the next class is going to be 0.2 plus 0.367 plus 0.133. Well, I already know that 0.2 plus 0.367 is 0.567, so I just need to add the 0.133 to that, and I get 0.7. And then 0.233. Well, I already know that these three classes add up to 0.7 because I just added those three. So now I need to add 0.233 to 0.7, and I get 0.933. Now, I already have added these four classes up and got 0.933. So now I just need to add all five classes up, and since I've already added 4 up, I'll go ahead and use that number, and then I'll add that last class, which is 0.067, and I get 1. So remember, cumulative, it means it accumulates, and when something accumulates, you keep adding to that. So let's say if it rained outside for a period of 24 hours, you could get the cumulative rainfall, meaning that your rain gauge kept being added to throughout the day, so your total rainfall for the day is going to accumulate. Now, rounding could be off a little bit, but normally it will add up to 1 or 0.999, very, very close to 1 at the end. Now, if you get a number greater than 1 at the bottom for the cumulative frequency, then something is wrong. These numbers should never be over 1. Okay, I hope this helps you understand how to do relative frequency and cumulative relative frequency.